Sir, you have muted yourself, sir.
सर आपका माइक म्यूट है.
Okay, so let me take it again. Attendance. So we have in our class Hemant, Kartikeyan, Matang, Parth Narendra Pai, Rahul Javaria, Rakesh Raika, Ravi Raman, Sangya Gupta.
Karthikeyan present, sir.
Okay, so
Present, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yesterday we did up to so
Present,
today
sir.
we have to start the consideration. So what we will do today is we will just have some you can say revision of some of the topics, which includes your not only consideration but also consent, the free consent. Okay, capacity to party, consideration, and free consent. These three things we will be revising, and then I will be asking you some questions like yesterday we did. So you have to answer those questions. Okay, and then on Thursday we will have one big quiz of 30 marks, right? Or you can say three quizzes of 10 marks each, depending, or you can say four quizzes of 10 marks each, depending on these all 4 days which we have revised. Okay, and in this way we will be completing our 20 classes. Okay, and in 20 classes I was supposed to deliver you this what you call is this chapter of Indian Contract Act. So that will be finished. Okay, then we will take up the Sale of Goods Act and we'll proceed further with the things. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
At what time you will take the quiz?
Quiz will happen in our class only, just after that or within the class itself.
Okay, sir.
Or I may take it on Friday, or you tell me the time when should I take it.
So can you delay it by one day because we already have a quiz on Thursday?
So no problem. If I have a quiz in the class itself, then what's the problem?
Yeah, no problem that.
Yeah. Or if I delay it by one day, at what time you would like to do the quiz? Because I will not be there at the time to just see whether you are doing the quiz or not. You may have to do it yourself.
Sir, anytime between the classes is fine. Or if during the class as well.
On Friday we don't have the class.
So Friday we have a free slot at 12:15 to 1.
12:15 to 1. Okay, I will check with your other class also. I want everyone to sit together. So I will form one more class in which will be a combined class of all of you, and will make you sit all together and we'll go for the quiz at that time.
Okay, sir.
So that if I conducted one at one class, the things will be leaked in the other class. So I don't want that. Okay, so everything will happen at one class at one place.
Sure, sir.
Okay, yeah. So one more thing, because all of you mostly have joined, so I have one announcement for you. See, in between the class, now and onwards, in between the class, I will be asking you questions to any one of you. If I found anyone not answering and not responding, CR Shaurya Dikshit, you must make it sure that the person should be marked absent on that day.
Okay, sir.
Okay, because you have been marking the attendance for everyone. So that this is what you have to do, and soon this attendance will be shared. And in such a case, you mark it in red, that because the person has not answered it, you mark it one, but just show it red because the person has not answered the question in the class. So I will see how many of you do not answer at the end of the time and will accordingly deduct the marks for that. So I'm announcing you that marks will be there for the class participation, and class participation will totally be depending on how I ask the question to you. If I ask someone to just tell someone's name, then I need an answer from you. You should not say sir किसी को भी ले लो. तो किसी को भी तो मैं ले लेता तो फिर मुझे आपसे क्या पूछना था. Okay, so this should not be there. So when I'm saying someone, then you have to see who is present in the class. Accordingly, you have to take the name of that person who is there in the class. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay, so let us start with the revision portion today. Consideration and capacity to contract. So Yeah. So consideration. What is a consideration? Consideration is one of the essential elements of the contract. It is something in return. So when we have said that, for example, A has promises to make a gift of rupees 500 to B and subsequently changes his mind, B cannot succeed against A for a breach of the promise as B has not given anything in return. So essential element of the one of the essential element of the contract is consideration, which is called something in return, and that is must. Okay, there are certain definitions given about the consideration. And according to section 2D, the consideration is defined when at the desire of promiser. So the promiser should desire it, and the promisee or any other person. So it may move from promisee or any other person. Okay, and it may be either to do something or abstain from doing, right? Or has done something or abstain from doing, or promises. So it can be present, past, or future also. Okay, so this is called consideration. So there are certain characteristics. So it must be at the desire of promiser. Second, it may move from promisee or any other person. Next, then it will be there are certain cases we have discussed about it. Okay, so there is privity of contract also. Then what actually privity of contract? Contract is that uh, the father. So there was one case regarding the privity of contract. Let us just discuss this, and then you will be able to understand, because many of you have been changing the sections. So the father of a boy and father of a girl who was to be married married to the boy agreed each other that they shall pay a sum of certain amount to boy who will take the new responsibilities in the married life. So after demise of both the contracting parties, the boy husband sued the executors of father-in-law upon the agreement between the father-in-law and the father. Had the suit was not maintainable as the boy was not a party to the contract. So actually there has to be one person has to be a party to the contract, then only this contract will happen. So there are certain exceptions to this privity of contract, that the beneficiary under the agreement to create a trust and sue upon. So if a trust has been created, and accordingly the trustee can actually, though the trustee may not be a party to the contract, but he is having all the rights to file a suit against for execution of the contract. In the same way, assignee in the case of this death or insolvency is also having the right. Similarly is the case with the family arrangement. If some family arrangement is made between the in the Hindu family or so maintenance expenses, something is to be paid to the female, and that is also an exception. May female not be there as a party to the contract, but she is having all the rights to enforce. So privity of the contract says that one person must be a party to the contract in order to execute it or in order to avail it. Okay. So further are in case of knowledge of acknowledgement of liability is there, where A has received something to be paid to C, and admits C to receipt of the amount, then A will constitute himself as an agent of the C and has to pay, and C will be having all the rights to recover the same. So whenever promiser is whenever promiser is by his own conduct stopped from denying any liability to perform the promise, the person who is not a party to contract can sue upon it to make the promiser liable. So in that case, this is a doctrine of estoppel, which I have discussed also. So in cases where the person makes a promise to an individual for benefit of a third party, that actually and creates a charge on the immovable property, then the third party should get the that third party is a beneficiary and can get his contract executed. So there are three types of considerations I have already told you: future, present, and past consideration. So executory or future consideration, which is to happen, some promise is there, which is to be happening. Executed means which has already been executed, and then afterwards you have said that for the executed contract I will be able to give you something. So that will be called executed. So there are cases, and the past consideration is something executed means the present. Past is something which has already happened. The thing which has already been executed, and you are saying something in order to that in lieu of the things which has happened in past. Now the consideration is there to be done, so that consideration will also be taken into account. So there are certain rules regarding consideration. You have already gone through these. Okay. So today we will be doing this one. So when consideration is not necessary, this is also one of the exception. So when the things are out of love and affection, and when it is made for to compensate someone voluntarily, okay, and the thing has been registered, promised to, or if it is a promise in writing to be signed by a person to his agent to for a time barred debt, some debt has time barred, and now you have taken the promise to just pay the time barred debt, then also So contract of agency, I told you, doesn't require any consideration. So if it is a gift to be made, okay, and the gift is registered, and that has, it is not necessary at that time that it should be out of love and affection. But if gift is made and it is registered, then it can also be without consideration. So okay, so there were some certain illustrations about it. So these are regarding all those. Contractual capacity or capacity to contract. So section 11 provides a person competent to contract who is at the age of majority, number one. Secondly, he is of sound mind, and thirdly, he should not be disqualified by the law. So these people, minors, lunatics, and person disqualified by law, are not at all eligible to enter into a contract, because what the law says, law is having a yardstick to measure the maturity, and those people, those who are of major and are of sound mind, they are actually able to understand the terms and conditions of the contract and act accordingly. So those people who are not at all able to understand the terms and conditions of the contract, they are declared as the people, those who are not eligible to enter into a contract. So capacity to contract is about the person, that whether a person is able to enter into a contract or not. Right, agreement with minor, I have already told you. But if it is court of wards, then 21 years means. Remember, I just told you about Satya Pe Satta movie. So that is over here. So it is treated as a void ab initio. Okay, but at the same time, means if the minor is being served for some you call it some necessity or so, then his estate will be responsible to pay the amount which is being charged. Okay, these are all about minors. We have studied it in detail. That's why we got delayed also. So people, those who are of unsound mind. So this unsoundness can be permanent or it can be temporary. So some person, like a person who is a drunkard. So drunkard can have a temporary unsound mind, and at that time when he is drunk, you cannot enter into a contract. There are certain persons who are disqualified by law. Okay, so there are alien enemies are there, foreign sovereign and ambassadors are there. Some professional person, though this professional person, they are not allowed in India. They all are eligible to contract. Otherwise, in English law, actually forbids the lawyers to just ask for their fees. They cannot file a suit against the other for their fees. Corporations in India are allowed. Okay, married women are also allowed. Previously, they were not allowed. Okay, so this is all about capacity to contract. So free consent, the consent is said to be free if it is not affected by coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, fraud, or mistake. So as per coercion, undue influence, misrepresentation, and fraud, the things will be voidable at the option of aggrieved party. In case of mistake, it will be void. So this is contained under certain sections. Coercion is in section 15. Coercion is anything which you have got done and which is forbidden by Indian Penal Code, and which you have already done with the other, or you have used the coercion in order to take the consent of the other. So this is something a threatening which you might have done. So in order to take the consent of the other, at that time the coercion is said to be applied, and the contract will be voidable at the option of aggrieved party. For example, at the point of pistol, somebody asks someone to write a promissory note, so that promissory note will not be executable. Influences, undue influence, what happens? So I gave you one assignment over here to just write a difference between coercion and undue influence. Sure, please note. Coercion and undue influence I gave. Misrepresentation, difference between misrepresentation and fraud I gave you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, you were asking certain question to be asked in exams. I can ask you these differences in your exams. So what is the difference between coercion and undue influence, misrepresentation and fraud? Okay. So what are the various types of mistakes? All these things. Okay. So these all will be the subjective type of questions which I may be able to ask you in your exam, which you have to answer point wise. So when one person is in position to influence the other party, in that case, that other party is said to be influenced by it will be undue influence as such. Okay. So these are the two essentials of undue influence. That one is at a dominant position of other before entering into a contract even, and at the same time he is using this dominant position in order and to take the unfair advantage of other to enter into a contract. Okay. So minor and guardian, trustee and beneficiary, solicitor and client, guru and chela, and all this are the examples of where you can directly clearly say that there can be undue influence. So the contract will be voidable at the option of aggrieved party. This is all about your undue influence. Now, who are the person transaction with Padanashin women? I have told you before also that it will be also come under the undue influence. Next is your misrepresentation and fraud. Fraud is willful misrepresentation. You knowingly you are misrepresenting something. So you are giving a false representation or assertion, and that is a fact, and that is not a mere opinion. It's not an opinion, but it is to be shown as a fact, and it is made with the intention that it will be acted upon. You want other to just enter into a contract, and the representation must have actually induced the other party to enter into a contract, and so deceived him. You have this is the main चीज है उसको धोखा देना. To deceive him is the main purpose, and the party deceived must have damnified. So उसका नुकसान होना चाहिए. So that the party who has actually which is who is saying that I have been means I am aggrieved. So there has to be some loss to that party. Then that will be called willful misrepresentation, and the statement must be made either with the knowledge that it is a false or without it. It may be recklessly given, but you do not care whether it is a true or a false, or you know it is a false. Then it will be called a misrepresentation. So anything which is under misrepresentation will also be it will be treated as a you can say the voidable contract. Okay. So this amberium fidi is also, these are the contracts. Amberium fidi contracts are there. Contracts in which the law imposes special duty to act at most in good faith. So these three contracts which are contract of amberium fidi. So failure to disclose the information and render contract will make this contract voidable. So there has to be a clear disclosure. So even you cannot say I was silent about it. Even silent is also one of the disclosure which you do not want to disclose. So if it is a company prospectus, if it is an insurance of all the kinds, or if it is a sale of land, do you have to just make clear each and everything, all the material things to be disclosed? Or otherwise, if you see some material things which you do not disclose and it is affecting the contract, then it will be a contract of amberium fidi, and at that time even a contract will be voidable. Okay, one more thing is their contract of the family arrangements. Okay, so misrepresentation, I have already told you that how it works. Okay. Sorry. So there is a difference between misrepresentation, fraud, and innocent misrepresentation. Means what happens in innocent misrepresentation is something which you call as that you do not know that it is, whether you do not have that, but you have given all your efforts in order to see whether the things are correct or not, but ultimately you find that according to you it is correct, but you have made a misrepresentation. Okay, so that will be a difference. Mistake is something which is a mutual mistake, which even you do not want to commit and the other person also do not want to commit. So it is a mutual one. So mistakes are a mistake of law and mistake of fact. Mistake of law means that if you are ignoring some law, then ignorantia juris non executat. So it will not be applicable if there is no ignorance of law is not an excuse. For example, you just you say that I didn't knew that if I will kill someone there will be some penalty on me. So you will be held responsible for that. Okay. The effect of mistake, it will make the law unoperative, that particular contract unoperative, and it will be void. So there are some mutual or unilateral mistakes, you can say. Mutual or common mistakes to the subject matter are there. Okay. Mistake to identity of the subject matter, mistake as to quantity of the subject matter, quality of the subject matter. So these are the mistakes which we have actually dealt in detail while I was teaching you this mistake. Okay. So this is all about this mistake. So tomorrow we will take the legal object and consideration. So there are certain things regarding legal objects and consideration. Also, section 23 defines it that when you can have, there are certain things which are totally prohibited by law, which actually totally void and so there is a difference between void and the legal agreements. So this void and illegal agreements, please just note down and write the difference. What are the consequences of illegal agreements? What happens when the illegal agreement is entered? And there is a certain, so these things actually section number 23 and onwards, these are not in your syllabus. So do not just go with this. Okay. This I have included because I keep on teaching in other classes also. That's why this is included. So legal object and consideration is not in your course up till here also. So let me just come to you for asking the questions now. So I will be asking anyone of you regarding the things which are here, given over here. So are you ready for it, everyone? Come on. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, sorry, first question will go to you because
Okay.
you are the CR of the class.
Okay, sir.
So minor agreements is void, but the minor can enforce the agreement against the other major party if the minor is a third party in the agreement, promisor in the agreement, a promisee in the agreement, and he has performed his part of promise under the agreement, or relative of a member of parliament. So when he can when he can enforce the agreement. So I'm again just reading the question for you, or should I just show the question to you? Okay,
You can show.
let me show the question. That will, I think, will be a better thing, so that you can. So I will share this entire question bank. I have about not more. There are about how many questions? 820 questions only, objective type. Okay, so I will share all these questions with you. You can go through these questions, and from these questions, amongst these questions only, I will be asking you certain things. Would that be okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I will just share it with all of you. Right, so you should also come prepared. So there are answers also, which you can see, and then we will discuss certain things in the class. So a person who is convicted of any offense, okay, a person who is convicted of any offense, can he enter into a contract? Or if he enter into a contract, when he can enter into a contract? Number one, he is on bail. B, he is released from the imprisonment. C, both A and B, and D, none of these. Tell me.
Sir, can you repeat the question once?
Yeah, a convict can enter into a contract when he is on bail. Second, he is released from the imprisonment. Third, both A and B, and D is none of the above.
Is it B?
No, it is when he is on bail also he can enter into, and when he is released then also he can enter. Okay. So let me just, yeah, now I'm at the correct place. Yes. Guys, can you see? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I asked you this question. Okay, I will highlight the question and we will be asking it to others also, right? Okay. So sorry, whom should I ask next question?
So Manan Goyal.
Tell any name.
Manan Goyal.
Manan Goyal. Manan. Manan Goyal, are you there? Manan Goyal is absent. So sure, mark absent to Manan Goyal. Matang Sharma.
Sir.
Yes, Matang. So minor's agreement is void, but minor can enforce the agreement against the other party if minor is A, third party in the agreement, B, promisor in the agreement, C, promisee in the agreement, and he has performed his part of promise under the agreement, or he is a relative of some MP. What will be the correct answer?
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Let me read it once again.
Aram se. That's why I have shown you over here.
Sir, C.
Sorry?
C option.
C option, very correct. So when promisee, he is a promisee and he has actually entered into he has actually fulfilled his part of contract, then it will be, then he can actually enforce. Okay, Matang, tell me another name within 5 seconds.
Drishti.
Sorry?
Drishti Verma.
Rishi Verma, are you there? Rishi Verma. Rishi Verma. Last call to Rishi Verma. Not there. Sorry, mark absent to Rishi Verma.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So who else? Matang, tell me
Karthikeyan.
some other name.
Karthikeyan.
Kartikeya Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kartikeya is there. So Kartikeya, this question is for you. On attaining the age of majority, a minor's agreement is void, can be ratified, becomes void, and can be ratified. Correct. So this, just see this. A is void, cannot be ratified, becomes void, and can be ratified.
Sir, attaining the age of majority, the minor's agreement is void.
Can it be ratified? Void तो है ही है.
Yes, sir.
Void तो पहले से था. The void is not. It is not in this question. It is not as. It is the question is not asking whether the minor's agreement is void or not. It is asking on attaining the age of majority, a minor's agreement is still void, can be ratified, becomes void, cannot be ratified, whatever.
Sir, cannot be ratified bhi hai.
Very good. It cannot be ratified. Why? Because it was done at the time of. So if minor has to enter into a contract, he has to enter into a fresh contract. Okay,
Yes,
Karthik, another person. Hurry up.
So wait, sir. Let me. Sir, Rohan Modi.
Rohan Modi, are you there? Rohan Modi. This is a question for you, Rohan Modi. Last call to Rohan Modi. Karthik, mark absent to Rohan Modi.
Okay.
Yes. Any other? Sorry, mark absent to Rohan Modi. Karthik, any other person?
Sir, Mukul Swami.
Mukul Swami. Mukul Swami, are you there? Mukul Swami. Mukul Swami. Sure, mark absent to Mukul Swami.
Yes, sir.
Tirthak Kultaria. Tirthak. Tirthak, are you there? Sorry, mark absent to Tirthak.
Yes, sir.
Ravi Raman.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ravi. Can you see the question which has been highlighted? A minor entered into a contract for borrowing a sum of rupees 40,000, out of which lender paid him rupees 18,000. Then the minor, that is A, he executed a mortgage of property in favor of lender. The mortgage is valid for any amount, valid to the extent of 40,000. The mortgage is totally invalid, or validated on attaining majority. Tell me.
B, sir.
Sorry? Which one? Yes,
B,
come on.
B.
B. B is wrong. Any contract with minor is invalid.
Second one, sir.
C is correct. It will
Yes,
be
yes.
invalid. Okay. So tell me name of another person.
Hemant, sir. Hemant, sir. Hemant.
Hemant. Hemant Kumar. Are you there? Hemant Kumar. Hemant Kumar. Sorry, Hemant Kumar absent.
Yes, sir.
Mukul Swami. Nandini Khandelwal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Nandini, question for you. You have attended the classes somewhere else, I suppose?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So question for you. Okay. So just tell me, out of the following, which is and are valid consideration? Not to sue any person, compromise to dispute, composition of the creditors, and all the above.
The C.
Composition of creditor. Why not? Not to sue any person is a consideration. If I take someone, so for example, someone has made any suppose I banged my car with someone, and the other person is at fault, and I have
Okay.
asked for the money, and I have promised him not to sue. So isn't it a proper consideration?
So, but
All these are correct. All are consideration. Not to sue also, to
okay.
just compromise, make a compromise in the dispute. So you're compromising in a dispute, composition of creditors, these all are, consideration. So tell me some other name. Come on.
Sir, Abhay Jain.
Abhay Jain. Abhay, are you there? Parth Narendra Bhai.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Parth, this question is for you.
So which one?
This consideration may be past, present, future, either A, B, or C. Come on, Parth.
Sir, present, sir. B1, sir.
Parth, what you are doing? Just now I told you that consideration may be past, present, and future. These are the three kinds of consideration. This is in the definition of consideration itself. So it will be all, that is three, either A, B, or C, whatsoever. Everything is a consideration.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, tell me another name.
Sandeep.
Yes, come on.
Sandeep.
Yes.
Sir, Puneet Yadav, sir.
Huh?
Puneet Yadav, sir.
Puneet Yadav. Puneet Yadav.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Puneet. So one question for you now. This cursor is gone. Yeah. 266, this one, Puneet. A husband, by registered agreement, promised to pay his wife rupees 5,000 per month. There was no consideration moving from the wife to the husband. This contract is void, illegal, valid, or unenforceable.
Sir, D.
What D? Unenforceable. Anyone else? Why unenforceable? Registered agreement है, 5,000 per month है. And husband wife, this contract might be out of love and affection. It is not written that there is a dispute in the husband and wife, and when there is no dispute, it is implied that it is out of love and affection. So this is valid. Okay. Okay, dear.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So tell me another name.
Let me see, sir.
Yeah.
Kartik Rajput.
Who?
Kartik Rajput.
Kartik Rajput. Kartik. Kartik Rajput. Second call. Third call to Kartik Rajput. Shaurya, mark absent. And Shaurya, whomsoever you are marking absent, just put it on group.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And you have to do it daily.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so that we remember when when to mark absent to these people.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other name?
Shreyansh Jain.
Shreyansh Jain. Shreyansh Jain. Shreyansh Jain. Sorry, mark absent. Anyone else? Any other person?
Sandeep.
Sandeep.
Yes, sir.
Sandeep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Hope you are wake up.
Morning.
Answer this.
Yes.
The term privity of the contract means stranger to the contract. Contract is private. First party to contract or second party to contract. अभी बताया था मैंने while revision.
सर याद नहीं आ रहा सर.
Privity to contract means stranger to the contract. Any stranger cannot be a beneficial. So if the stranger to the contract is actual beneficiary, whether he is trustee, whether he is a third party for whom the contract has been made, okay, then he can enforce the contract even if he is a stranger. So there were some exception to the privity of contract. Okay, so in this, a stranger to the contract. Okay, Sandeep, tell me another name.
सर मातंग शर्मा.
मतंग हो गया.
सर हो गया क्या?
हाँ.
सर एक सेकंड. सर राहुल.
Rahul. Yes, Rahul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you there?
Sorry, sir.
Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Just answer this. Compromise of dispute claim is a valid consideration, invalid consideration, forbidden by law, or unlawful consideration.
So forbidden by law.
Forbidden by law, अभी बताया था. Compromise to dispute of the claim is a valid consideration. अभी एक क्वेश्चन पूछा भी था, in that also it was there. Yeah, tell me another name.
The Gaurav Agarwal.
Sorry,
Gaurav Agarwal.
your voice is breaking.
The Gaurav Agarwal. Gaurav.
Gaurav Agarwal, are you there? Gaurav Agarwal.
सर वो आया नहीं सर, क्लास ज्वाइन नहीं करी सर.
Third call to Gaurav Agarwal.
Sir,
Third
absent.
Mark absent to Gaurav Agarwal. Yes. Rakesh Raika. Rakesh
Yes.
Raika.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Rakesh, this question is for you. A threatens to kill B if B does not agree to sell his property to A. So B's consent is said to be obtained by fraud, undue influence, coercion, or misrepresentation.
The B undue influence.
Undue influence. This is coercion. Threatening दे रहा है भाई वो, undue influence नहीं कर रहा है. You are wrong.
Okay,
This
yes,
is
sir.
a
Caution.
threatening.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Fine. Understood, na? It is
Yes, sir.
so.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me another name.
1 second, sir.
Yeah.
Rohan Modi.
रोहन मोदी हो गया.
Okay, I'm sorry. Harshit.
हर्षित. हर्षित. रोहन पिंगले. Rohan Pingle. Okay, sorry, you have some names with you. These people whom to mark absent.
Yes, sir.
Just call these names. Let me see whether still they are in the class or not.
So Manan Goyal.
Manan Goyal, are you there? You are not there. Then
Drishti Verma.
who?
Drishti Verma.
Drishti Verma. Drishti Verma. Yeah, not there. Who else?
Rohan Modi.
Rohan Modi. और कौन है?
Mukul Swami.
मुकुल स्वामी. और
Tirthak Fultaria.
तीर्थक. Who else?
Yes, sir.
तीर्थक सो रहे हो क्या तुम? पहले भी तुम्हारा नाम लिया
No,
था.
sir. Yes, sir.
Previously also I just announced your name for asking question. You were not there. You have been marked absent for the day.
Sir, network problem था इसलिए sir. Sorry,
What
sir.
network problem? You were here. You were present. Network problem होता तो इधर से जाता ना. चलिए आंसर दीजिए क्वेश्चन.
क्या sir?
Yeah. A person is deemed to be in position to dominate the will of another. Right? If he stands in a fiduciary relationship to other, he makes a contact with the person whose mental capacity temporarily or permanently affected by the reason of the age, illness, or mental or the body distress. Both the above, A and B, or none of the above.
Both the above, sir. A and B.
Yeah, because he will be in position to make the contract out of this. The consent will not be free in one or the other case. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine, guys. Thank you. And Shaurya, please note these people, those who have not answered. Just cut the name of Tirthak because he has answered a question and put it on the group.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. So I will be now be taking the attendance again. Okay. So presently Drishti Verma, Harshit, Hemant Kumar, Kartik Rajput, Kartikeyan Sharma, Manan Goyal, Matang Sharma, Mukul Swami, Nandini, Park Bhai, Prakash Chaudhary, Puneet Yadav, Pushpendra Pal Singh, Rahul Jevaria, Rakesh Raika, Ravi Raman, Rohan Modi, Rohan Pingle, Sandeep Singh Bhati, Shaurya Dixit, Shriyansh Jain, and Tirthak Bhai Fultaria.
Yes, sir.
So these are present in the class. So guys, please
Yes, sir. Tirthak is here.
also and participate in the class if you really want to get attendance. Or otherwise, attendance will not be awarded to you. I'm telling you, because this I will be doing in the class frequently now, because you people are not at all attentive. Okay, so have a nice day to all of you. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.